One of the banes of California gold rush was fires, and virtually every mining camp had fires to one degree or another. One of the most significant events in the history of Grass Valley was in 1855. And there, Grass Valley was still relatively new. There was a population that had come quickly during the gold rush, transitory, moving in and out. But by 1855, there's a population of about 3,000. And the downtown of Grass Valley that went on Mill Street was starting to be built up. There were brick buildings, but a lot of wooden buildings still. And in 1855, one of the most prominent citizens who was becoming known throughout the region for his writings was Alonzo Delano, who was a prominent humorist and commentator that was actually more popular at one point than Bret Harte and Mark Twain. He was the first city treasurer of Grass Valley, and he was also the Wells Fargo agent. And he had his office, according to what I can figure, right at the corner of Main and Mill. And in 1855, a fire broke out, and it swept through Grass Valley, and it destroyed more than 300 buildings. There were only a couple of buildings that were left standing that were brick buildings, so-called fireproof buildings. One of the buildings that survived was the Wells Fargo office. Hundreds of people, thousands really, were homeless as a result of this fire. And Alonzo Delano gave the people of Grass Valley hope, because when the fire ended, everyone was congregating around. It was still smoldering. There's still flames licking the sky. And Alonzo Delano came down the street, down the slanty part of Main Street toward downtown, with a cart. And in his cart, he had a sign. And he put this sign up on the still smoking ruins of the Wells Fargo building that said, "Wells Fargo office open for business." And they dug through the debris, and they found the vault. And it was essentially the bank, the safe for the community. And people had their business licenses and their money and their personal belongings in this vault. And they cleared it out, and it was still hot to the touch, and they opened it up, and virtually all of the papers that were important to people had survived. And Alonzo Delano gave people hope and said, you know, in this moment of crisis, you people are strong. Under the blue vault of heaven, you are going to demonstrate to everyone in this region the strength you have. And he became a great booster of Grass Valley, one of the great boosters of it. And this fire, they rebuilt, of course. One of the things they did, which I always find semi-amusing, is the fact that they thought it would be safer from fire if they paved the streets. But they paved them with wooden planks. And so there were other fires that came, and the streets caught on fire because they were wooden planks. And after 20 years or so in the 1870s, he passed away. And he was so widely respected in Grass Valley as this booster of Grass Valley, and gave them hope in their darkest moment, that the mine shut down in recognition and honor of Alonzo Delano. And he's buried in Greenwood Cemetery, just off of Main Street. Thousands of people attended his funeral. All the businesses in Grass Valley stopped in order to honor Alonzo Delano. And I've always thought that right at the corner of Main and Mill, there should be a statue to Alonzo Delano, a monument of some kind, because in its darkest, fire-ravaged moment, he gave the people hope. And that's, you know, that was special. And I think he deserves some kind of recognition.